You know, I love the book of Ephesians. It's a wonderful book that describes the putting off of the old man and the putting on of the new. It describes that relationship that we have inside the church, being a part of that eternal purpose of God and being conformed individuals to the image of Christ. You know, in this program, we take a look at words of the Bible, and I want you today to consider with me a word from the book of Ephesians that Paul uses to describe in relationship to the old man of sin. In Ephesians 4, verse 22 through verse 25, Paul says that you put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lusts, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore put away lying. Speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. Now he'll go on to say a number of other things in Ephesians 4 about actions that we are to mortify and put to death because they're connected to that old man of sin. But since we look at words, I want to key in on one here in Ephesians 4, and that is the word lying. Let's look at that word today, lying. You know, I find it easy, and you probably do too, just to talk about in passages like this, the new man. We love talking about the new man. We love talking about the redemptive power of Jesus Christ. It's not always fun to talk about words that describe our former walk of life, and lying is one of those words. And maybe because we have such a difficult time with telling the truth. And I'm not saying that it's inherent within every individual, but there's such a temptation to skewer the truth and not always be upfront and honest with every man. That's why there's so many warnings in the Bible to that end. The word lying itself is just from a word that means to somehow skewer the truth. It means to somehow block the truth from being told. And one of those things that ties us to the old man of sin is lying. The word itself, pseudos, just means the antithesis of truth. And I want to make it very clear that the Lord shows His disdain for lying in the Bible and also tells us something about lying in some Scriptures, and I want to look at those and then make some observations as a result so that we understand what the word lying really entails. First of all, in Proverbs 6, verses 16 and 17, the Bible says, "These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto Him, a proud look," and notice the second, "a lying tongue." How about this? In 1 John 2:21, John writes by inspiration and says, "I have not written unto you because you know not the truth, but because you know it, and that no lie is of the truth." Again, the very word itself means the antithesis of truth, and of course, no lie is of the truth. So a lie is something that God hates because it's not of truth. It's not truth. God Himself is truth. He explains what truth is for us. He's our objective reference point of truth. So a lie is contrary to truth. It's certainly against the nature of God because He does not lie and cannot lie in and of Himself, Titus 1 and verse 2. And a lie is something that's spoken with the intent to deceive. And again, I want us to take a look at this word because we have a bad habit of redefining the word lying, so where we categorize it, where we in our mind say, well, it only refers to some major lie, but white lies really aren't considered lies at all. But I want to show you some categories of what lying consists of in the Bible. For example, I think we can all admit today that the word lying is inclusive of a deliberate falsehood. You go out and you deliberately change the facts, and you, with the intent to deceive, you tell that to somebody, there's no doubt that is a lie. But I want you to notice that in the Bible, embellishing a story, changing the facts and making the story out something to be that it really was not, that's a lie. Or how about this? In the example of Abraham, twice in the book of Genesis, he tells what some men call a half-truth. But a half-truth, according to God, is a whole lie. In the Bible, lying includes that. How about this? Cheating. That's a big problem in today's world, but cheating indicates a lie. It is professing an answer to a problem, some work that doesn't really represent the truth at all. How about betraying a confidence? Has someone ever come to you and said, I really appreciate your confidence and I don't want you to tell anybody this, and you turn right around and say, now don't tell anybody that you heard this, but this is what I heard. That's consistent of a lie. It also categorized as gossip, but it's a lie because it's a betrayal of confidence. You gave your word to hold that in secret, and to not do that is a lie. How about this? Plagiarism. That's a lie. It's representing something as your work when it really is not. All of those things consist and embody the idea of lying. It is a very addictive habit, no doubt lying is, and we must learn to break that habit of lying because it ties us to the old man of sin. And Paul said that's something that we ought to put to death so that we can be renewed in the likeness of Jesus. We can be that new man that He wants us to be. I know it's not been a fun word today, but lying is a word in the Bible, and it's one word that we must learn, like God, to hate. I'm David Smith, and this has been In a Word today, and I hope that you, like me, will try our very best to abstain from lying. Thank you very much.